Hey everybody, remember I said I would show you a different version of this city. This is mostly for Joellen, but also for, I wanted to make it a little more gamer-friendly style gaming table. Now this could be for D&D, if you wanted to run, say, the Mordheim rules, and you wanted to do it in a Khmer type setting. This would be more gamer friendly for you guys. Remember, she said that she wanted that these front pieces that are highly detailed. She wanted them more as like the entranceway to the city. Well, as usual, when somebody says something, I usually over elaborate. So I kind of envisioned a new city built over an ancient city, and different cities had different defensive walls or decorative walls over the ages, and so this is actually several walls, 3 of them to be exact. This would represent either a kind of a grand entranceway into the city, or it could be seen as part of the widest wall out. Then this is more of a contemporary defensive wall for the city in its present state, and as in many cities, it has both houses outside of the city wall as well as inside the city wall. And this is a very common theme if you look at walled medieval cities. And the very ancient walls are represented by these decorative pieces that were the aquarium pieces. So these represent walls that have fallen into ruin, are very old, probably the oldest ones in the city at present. And then to get to the inner city, because sometimes cities had series of walls, and the most important people lived in the inner city walled area. And also, like Lord of the Rings, remember the city that had 7 walls going up the side of the mountain? Minus Tirith, I want to say. But anyways, that gives you an idea of how you can play around with a theme and actually bring it into a very interesting narrative for your city, as well as functionally, if you want to run, say, a raiding campaign. For instance, somebody found a map that shows some certain piece of important treasure there, and they're going to just try and bust in the gates and steal it, and then be back out into the desert before the city can mount a proper defense. And your heroes just happen to be there at the time, kind of thing. Another fun thing is checking out at ground level. Stumpy Thumper said he really liked that, and when I started looking at it, I kind of liked it myself as well. So I'm going to give you guys another run-by on how this would look. That's also the reason why I left the trees out, because the trees really make it difficult to navigate. So if you were like walking around the city, you know, this would be what your characters see. You know, all those cool pillars and stuff. And then, you know, you look up and you see the lion over your head, and there's a gateway through there. You can walk in between the lion, who's up there, and there's the walkway through, and there's your second walkway. Once again, you'll see the sitting pharaohs facing each other, and this is what it looks like from your character's perspective. Walking on down the street. not knowing what demons you will meet. You know, and you can have a lot of fun with this. You can place, you know, secret doors, and you jump through. We'll see what this looks like from the other side. You know, you've got all those. They're just gonna have to wait. And then they can go up to the wishing pool, throw a gold piece in there. You know, this could be seen as like eagles are like considered holy, I think, in Egyptian. That could be for like eagles. The Egyptians were very fond of faraway animals, and I believe they domesticated the cheetah, if I'm not mistaken. See all that detail? Isn't that cool? Yeah, Joellen did a great job there, didn't she? And this would be what your building looks like. And as you go walking around, you know, you guys might be charged with breaking in and stealing royal goods. That's always fun, kind of a Conan theme going on there. I already pointed out fun ideas with that. And then once again, all that coolness. So this is kind of cool stuff that you can do. One common mistake that people that do tables is that they think that they've got to use every single itty-bitty piece when they do a table. That's a mistake in two ways. One, if you use every single element that you've got, in the back of their mind, people will associate it with what was there before. You'll notice that I left out the trees. Here are the trees. I took out the walls, so it'd be easier to do the walkthrough, and it'd be easier to game with. And the tower didn't seem to fit, which is fine, so I didn't use that as well. As well as our buddy Sotek. I put him out on the ground, he didn't quite look right, and you know what? If it doesn't look right, don't use it. There's no rule saying you've got to do, you've got to use every piece, you've got to make everything, you know, too uniform, etc. This I made relatively uniform because it's got a lot of temple type features to it, and usually if you look at religious buildings, they tend to be balanced, which and or symmetrical, which means if they got something going on the left, they got the same thing going on the right. Asymmetrical is usually much more interesting, particularly if you're adventuring, because it creates interesting strategical situations. But when you do stuff like this, try and play around with it. Like a fun idea is if your character's got in trouble and they're walking through the city. Wouldn't it be great if, oh, say a 10,000 pound statue were to, you know, be dropped on one of the characters, you know? Maybe they pissed off the Thieves Guild or something, you know what I mean? And you can have little assassins, you know, on the other side of the wall waiting for their shot to take out a really powerful group. You know, all of a sudden, you know, that dex roll becomes really important. And things like that. So, I mean, play around with your cities. Have little caches of gold where thieves hide their stuff and come back to find it, you know. Make it adventuresome just to walk around the city. Things don't have to be scenario driven. That's a common fallacy. Some of the most fun games I've ever played were just, you know, going to a bar, hearing a rumor, and going to check out if it was real or not. You know what I mean? And cities are awesome for that. They're awesome for that because at every turn something different can come up. So hope I gave you that my suggestions are helpful in your gaming in the future. But once again, this is for Joellen, and I wanted to just give you a view on kind of how I look at DMing and gaming on a table, and how to make it interesting for the players. So take care, everybody. See ya.